Amy's garden, and we are all out here today. It's December 4th, getting more Christmas decorations out, and I am tackling my holiday planters that are empty right now. I want to get those all set for the winter season, and shocker, I'm cheating, and it's okay. I'm giving myself grace. I'm not doing them all from scratch this year. I went to Home Depot, and for, I think it was $45, I got these pre-made ones right here. And this year with time and money, it's just going to be worth it for me to plot those in there and add to them as I see fit. So that's what we're going to do today, and I'm fine with it. Give yourself grace too if you need to get some pre-made something or other this holiday season. It's okay. I would love to get to these black urns too that were great with these mums in the fall, and I do have some scratch stuff to put together for that, so we'll see how far we get. But the first step is digging out a hole in here. I actually like the ivy. The ivy doesn't bother me trailing down the front here. That looks pretty good, but I need to get a hole dug so that I can get these planters stuck in there, so let's do that first. So I'm going to take everything out of here but this ivy because this is all old. I am going to leave this euchera in here and see if it comes back next year, but it'll just be camouflage for the actual holiday planter. Hopefully we're not too frozen in here. We're pretty frozen.
In retrospect, a hoary knife would have been really useful to get in there and cut some of these frozen plants out. But as you'll see now, I did use a pitchfork and that seemed to help loosen up quite a bit. So use whatever you can to get in there and get some of those roots and plants out if you need to create a big hole. Now I'm just using my hands to carve out a bigger hole in these planters, but you may be wondering why I can't just forage some winter interest, and that's because we don't have any on our property. The two evergreen trees we have are very tall, over 100 feet into the air until I could get to the first limb, and I can't reach that. We also live by a forest preserve, so I can't pick from there. I need to search where I could forage from, but for now, these planters will do the trick, and I'm using convenience this year to help with that, which is okay.
Yippee! It works, it works, it works. From the front here, we're looking pretty good. I'm happy with that. I did move this bow to the front because I think it looks better. It was in the back like this one, in the middle, and I just felt like with the ivy, it looks better toward the front, like so. So that was a switcheroo. And then I've got these accessories I'm gonna put in. I've got some gold pine cones, winterberry, and then some fresh different greenery and Arctic dogwood branches from last year, red. So I'm going to see if I can get those mum pots too, but I'm definitely going to finish these up here. Let's do it.
Okay, here is how we're looking, and I'm honestly pretty okay with this. I think I'm gonna stop here. So all I did was move the bow forward, added the golden pine cones, and added the winter berries. And I think that gives me enough impact up here, especially once I get these mums out of here. So let's go to that next. Let's try and do these cast iron urns as well. Let's dig into our fresh greens and our red dogwood branches for this, along with those pine cones and winterberry sticks there. You can see what plan A was, but I think it's a little too funky. I suppose I could twine them at the top and make them stick together, but I think it's just a little too high. So I'm just gonna go to the greenery. Okay, these are not really doing it for me. I need something else, and I'm brainstorming in my head. And I'm thinking, what did I put a lantern on top of the greenery? Let's try that. This is not doing it for me either. It's starting to grow on me a little bit. I'm gonna clean up, blow all this dirt off of here, and see what we think. I think this is actually working for me. It's grown on me. I'll take it, at least for now. And for about 36 to 48 hours, I did leave it like that. But then I got to thinking, there's gotta be something else I can fill in just a little more to give a little more flair. And then it came to me. Let's see if you notice what it is. Voila! Can you see the difference? It came to me. Dried hydrangeas. I do have those in my yard. Perfect for a filler. Perfect to give just a little more impact, and what a difference it makes. You can see these front pots look a little more full, adds a little bit of variation in color and texture. Love that. I just simply place them in the back in between the winterberry, and it works amazingly well. And mainly I needed something for these black urns up here to have more of an impact, and that's what originally came to me was hydrangeas for these urns. There's more color, there's a little more height, again more texture, just the perfect fit for what I needed for these urns. Much better, and I just happened to tie it in with the big pots up front, putting some in there, and I'm happier with these two. So I was okay with how they were before, but now that they're fully finished, I feel better about it. The other look would have worked, it would have sufficed, but this goes the extra mile and brings it to that total holiday cheer that I wanted, with the extra color, with the other texture, using something from my garden, something I was able to flourish. That makes me feel good. So it just was a little extra touch that took me the rest of the way there. Now I can for sure and confidently say this is going to carry me through the whole winter season up here. A couple extra notes. These things I have gotten at an estate sale earlier this year. Really great deal. I love how they look. I love the lights. Also the big ones that surround my door, I got those at the same estate sale. Great deal, great product. I love the color. I love the gold in them, the textures in them. They're kind of woodland looking. We live in the middle of a woods, so those add a really nice touch to the front porch. And with these urns and the Santa and his little burlap ho 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 sign, and now with these urns filled with some hydrangeas at the top as well, it just is what I want for my front porch for the holiday season. So I'm very happy about that. I hope this gave you some ideas, especially if you are on a tight range of what you can do based out of your garden. If you don't have a lot of evergreens, if you don't have a lot of winter interest things, or if you're not able to forage in your area, you can always buy something from a different store and spruce it up a little bit with different ideas that you may be able to find in your garden. And that's simply what I did, or just grabbing a couple of other decorations from another store. You can tie it all together and it can come and turn into a whole picture here. So I hope that was helpful. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to my channel to follow along with all things garden. And if you did enjoy this video, please hit the thumbs up like button. That really helps out my channel. Comment below and let me know what you are doing for your holiday planters this season. What types of textures you're using, what types of evergreens, what type of winter interest, how you're combining them together. That's all really interesting to me. I would love to hear. And the one thing I maybe would change if I had to change something now would be to have these bows just a tiny bit bigger on these holiday pots, because I feel like they're a little small for the scale of them, but that's really just me being picky. Overall, it is now complete. I'm very happy with how it came together, and I hope that you're happy with how everything is looking at your home for the holidays as well, and that it brings you joy. So I will see you before Christmas, but Merry Christmas, and if you don't celebrate Christmas, we're a Happy Hanukkah household as well, or anything else that you celebrate out there. I hope that how you're decorating brings you a lot of joy this season.
Can you say Merry Christmas?
Merry Christmas.
And Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas.
Very good, buddy.